Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's boy Moody, yo, coach of the Westchester Weaviles, and we're back with some more SSL action. Yes, season 5 is just around the corner, and we just had our draft. In this draft, I had the first overall pick, which was like super excited. We did it like all randomized, and then somehow I just ended up with the first pick. First pick is good and it's bad because it's it's like what am I gonna pick? It's good, but you have the whole board. But then you pick, then you don't pick for a while. So you gotta really nail all your picks. You do got a wheel, which is super sweet. And yeah, I mean I had the first pick. So first overall pick in the season 5 SSL draft, I picked Celesteela, aka Master Mold. Yes, Master Mold. Why did I pick Celesteela first overall? Well, first of all, this typing is phenomenal. Steel flying, it is great. The only other steel flying I think is only Skarmory? Yeah, and Skarmory is really good too. But this mon is a lot different than Skarmory. I'm not gonna say it is Skarmory, but it's a lot different. But if we go into its stats, it is base 97 HP, 101 attack, 103 defense, 107 special attack, and 101 defense. 61 speed. The speed is trash, but given the rest of its type, given the rest of its stat distribution, fuck it, I'll take 61 speed. Still flying allows it to have, I think, 10 resist, and really only being weak to electric and fire moves. So that's pretty good. And besides the stats and besides the typing, it has been kind of good move pool with air slash acrobatics, pretty cool. Autotomized to boost that whack speed by 2 stages. So if we go by 2, where are we at? We are at 442. That's really solid. It's going to outspeed most things. And for Jolly, that is 286. Or not 286, 486. So both those speeds will probably be able to outspeed the majority of the metagame unscarfed, of course. But yeah, so it also gets access to acrobatics, air slash, energy ball, which is really random but kind of cool. Allows it to kind of hit waters a little harder. It has access to fire blast and flamethrower, which allows it to beat rival steals, and it is just a random. I don't know, where does it shoot fire from? Probably it's its bottom. I don't even know. Flash cannon, nice stab move, nice special stab. Grass knot for really bad mons. Heavy slam, yeah. This is the main physical move for Celesteela. Celesteela apparently weighs more than anybody in Pokemon. I think almost everybody. So it will do max damage. I'm sure maybe Snorlax is comparable or something along those lines. But against most mons, it will be a base 120 move, base 120 stab move coming from a base 101 attack mon. That's pretty solid. And then we're getting into the real why Master Mold is one of the most annoying Pokemon in the current game. Leech Seed, yes. So something like Sub Leech Seed is very common on Celesteela, and it can be very difficult to deal with if you don't have the right answers with. But yeah, it gets Leech Seed, it gets Stone Edge. I think it gets Earthquake too. I totally glossed over that. It gets Edgequake, which is it allows it to beat its coverage. You can't really switch an electric type into this because you might get EQ'd, and then with a fire type, you'll get EQ'd, and then Fire Blast allows it to beat grass types or not grass types, steel types. But yeah, it has the ability to beat its coverage, and it's just super interesting mon. I've kind of wanted to try it, playing in these first initial Gen 7 leagues. I felt like Celesteela was one of the hardest mons to prep for. I'm sure you can go into it with a plan of I'm gonna hit this really hard with Thunderbolt, or I'm gonna hit this really hard with a Flare Blitz. But at the end of the day, you gotta do it. And if this thing gets a sub up, it could be very dangerous. Plus, given its ability Beast Boost, it will raise the stat 1 stage. If it picks up a KO, it will raise the most invested stat, I believe. Yep. The Pokemon with the highest stat is raised 1 if it attacks and KOs another Pokemon. So, I don't know if that works off Leech Seed, but that would be kind of cool if it did. But yeah, you could sub Toxic Stall, sub Leech Stall. You could autotomize sweep with this. You could be special defensive. You can be physically defensive. You could just be all out physical attacking, all out special defensive. A lot of options with this mon, and I felt like this was a very appropriate number one pick. Plus, I did not want to play this in another season, so I was like, we're taking this first. All right, moving along. So we had to wait a while. We had to wait, like, there's 16 teams, so another 15, another 30 picks before we picked again. And I was just seeing mon going left and right. I wasn't surprised that they went, but I was just like, all right, I really like to build out my defense first when I'm drafting. I think, Ray Lewis would say defense wins championships. So we got the wheel pick, and we were able to pick 2 mons back to back. So we decided to go with a familiar face, the beautiful Crankinkers, and a new big girl herself, Heffany. You call her Stephanie, I call her Heffany. I'm stupid. Shout out to Young MH, shout out to New York. But yeah, so I went with Crankinkers. Is if you guys have ever watched the channel, ever watched the team preview, you've probably seen Crankinkers. I just really like this mod from a defensive standpoint. 110, 105, 95. Defense is super great. That will allow it to be a really good mixed wall and allow it to be a wall out really specific threats. Like if I wanted to wall out this, it can. There's very few things that really beat this thing, like if it's not designed for it. Like one of the few mons that, yeah. But regardless, so 80 speed for a wall is phenomenal as well. But it does get slow U-turn, slow fast U-turn, I guess, depending on who you're playing. Access to taunt, access to the almighty full defog, and then knock off 2. So it's really a cool utility mon, and it also gets roost. Yeah. So for recovery and whirlwind for phasing. So very good, useful utility wall. I just love, I'm not gonna lie guys, I love mana buds, and I hate a lot of like the defoggers and spinners that are out there, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get like a defogger right away, because I don't want to get into like this point where I'm stuck with like having to draft Armaldo. Even though Armaldo is a god, I don't want to have to just draft Armaldo or Sand Slash, or even worse, a low and Sand Slash. I'll be like, no, please, I don't want to draft those. So I just wanted to draft at least one hazard removal mon, and then just go from there. It also has access to foul play, which is super nice for like it really deters boosting right in front of it, because you could get foul played up the wazoo. But yeah, that's it. I mean, Cranking is pretty standard defensive mon. You know what you're gonna do with it. You could Toxic Stall too. With Toxic Stall boost or something like that. If the mon can't 3-hit KO. But yeah, moving along, with our next pick, which was like immediately right after, because we had the wheel. We went with Heffany. So Heffany, nice ground type to pair with Master Mold. Master Mold's only weaknesses are electric and fire types, and Heffany is immune to electric types and is resistant to fire types. I drafted this mon partially because I wanted the ground type mon and I wanted a Stealth Rock user, but also because of its typing patch as well with Celesteela. Last season, Money did actually win with a Hippowdon and Celesteela core, so I was like, alright, cool. And then, I mean, it makes sense, the core makes sense. It gets also access to a lot of like interesting Ice Fang. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that, but that's good to know. Ice Fang, and then it gets Edgequake, which is cool. Whirlwind, another phaser to go along with Mana Buzz. It gets Whirlwind and Roar. I'm not sure what the difference between them is. Well, regardless. Then also a couple cool because. What am I trying to say here? Well, with its natural 112 attack, you don't really have... Well, it's probably going to be a wall all the time. But with 112 attack, you can at least hit kind of hard with an EQ. And then it also gets Crunch. It gets Recovery, Slack Off. I think it's the only... Would want to say it's the only ground type with reliable recovery. I could be wrong on that, but I'm trying to think. Maybe only like Claydol? I think Claydol might get recovery. But besides that, I think it's like... It's the only good mon, only good ground type mon with reliable recovery. So I really like walls with recovery, or at least non-wish recovery, I should say. Be more specific. But yeah, I'm just ranting right now. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying about this about on. All I'm trying to say is this mon is a great defensive wall, and it can cover electric and fire type mons for Master Mold. That's why I drafted it. So going on to the next pair, we wanted to get some offense on this next little wheel pick that we had, so we decided to go with old familiar face Gash Bell, the Helioist. I don't think I've had Gash Bell on this channel, but Gash Bell was on my JBA Season 2 team. I really do enjoy it. It is a fast mon with 109 speed, and it has an interesting typing in electric and normal. It has so trash defense, so a back punch will blow this thing back, or even a fake out from like a Mega Better Champ or something like that. But yeah, but what it lacks in attack and defense, it kind of makes up for in special attack and special defense. Special defense 94 is halfway decent. It can take like 1 or 2 hits from a special mon, like a boosted special mon. 109 special attack and 109 speed, really good. And it has access to electric and normal stab, so it has a pretty good moveset with Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse. Grass Knot, pretty useful to beat like the big ass ground types. Low kick. Well, I wouldn't use low kick. What am I saying? It has access to Surf, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, U-turn too, just in case I feel like I'm going to get blocked. And yeah, hyper voice, stab normal, hyper voice, kind of nice, especially if you want to get past the sub and just KO someone right off the rip. But yeah, overall this is just Focus Blast too, pretty cool. But yeah, overall this mon is meant to just be a fast Volt Switcher and just be a fast hard hitting mon. Shiny's dope. Shout out to Gash Bell. It also has 3 excellent abilities in Solar Power, Dry Skin, and Sandveil. So with Hippowdon, if I'm running Sandstream, I can also run Sandveil and be cheeky and try to dodge a move and try to piss someone off. Or I can bring Dry Skin and having a water immunity, which is pretty sweet, so my opponent has to be worried about scalding off and popping off like that. Solar Power, kind of a cool move, kind of cool too. I don't have any Sunsetters, but I don't know if anybody drafted Charizard Y, or who else would be drafted? I don't know, Ninetales. I don't think anybody drafted Ninetales, but I don't think anybody drafted Charizard Y. So Solar Power may not come in handy this season, but just in case if someone picks up Charizard Y and then want to run Solar Power and just hit it hard with like a Choice Scarf Full Switch, could be interesting. But yeah, with our next wheel pick, we picked Police, the Arcanine. Why did we pick Police? Well, we wanted a fire type, and on the board was Incineroar, Darmanitan. I don't know if Emboar was available. I don't think Emboar was available. And Blaziken. Blaziken was available at 2-4. Decided to go Arcanine because Arcanine is another one of these kind of mons that, it's pretty customizable with, look at its stats, 90, 110, 80, 100, 80, 95. And it's really solid stats all around, coupled with Intimidate, Flash Fire, and Justified, 3 great abilities that can be very matchup specific. Intimidate probably being the most useful one, I would say. Flash Fire could be very useful too to protect Master Mold from like a Flare Blitz or like a Beaker 8 or Flamethrower or whatever. But Intimidate is probably the most standard one I would run. It could drop attack by 1, and then I could invest a lot into special defense and HP, and hopefully maybe have a special defensive mon. It also has access to reliable recovery in Morning Sun, and then it gets a couple of cool coverage moves. It gets close combat, crunch, Dragon Pulse. That's pretty sweet too. It gets access to Fire Blast, Fire Fang, Flame Charge, Flamethrower, Flare Blitz, so all them. Really good priority in Extreme Speed, and Extreme Speed hits like a truck. 80 voice power, 80 with +2 priority. That's pretty nice. Iron Head to potentially be fairies, or any quad weak like a Yancey or something along those lines. Outrage, pretty sweet move. I probably would never run Outrage, but it's good to know. A lot of random mons get Outrage, like Mega Venusaur, or Venusaur gets Outrage. Access to Roar, so another phaser on my team. I have 3 phasers on my team, that's pretty sweet. Wild Charge to beat water types, Will-O-Wisp to be cheeky and toxic as well. Always nice to have um, Will-O-Wisp because burning people is annoying as fuck. Um, it also has what? Oh, agility. That'd be kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever seen agility Arcanine before, but at least in a match. But good to know as well. Let's see what else does it get. Does it get anything in the usually useless moveset? Helping hand. Give me a hand. How? What the fuck? I don't even know how was it move. That's cool though. Reversal. It's interesting. Skullbush out of the Blastoise. Solar Beam. Sunny Day Solar Beam. Ouch you. Or Power Herb Solar. Yo, Power Herb Solar Beam Arcanine. Who do you think you are, Entei? Teleport. Yo, X. Teleport. We only got one teleport. It's called X. Snarl? What does Snarl do again? I already forgot. Snarl. Oh, 100% lower foe's special attack by 1. That could be interesting in certain matchups. But yeah. Hyper Beam. Interesting. Yeah, that's Arcanine. That's Police. You could really. It's a very customizable mon. And it's like customizable, but not also trash offensively. Like a lot of the mons are like kind of switch blades or switch hitters, as I always like to call them. With could be offensive, could be defensive, depending on the matchup. Like sometimes they just have kind of whack offensive stats, but 110, 100 is pretty decent with 95 speed. 95 speed is pretty nice, and then 110 attack is nice, and 100 special attack is real nice, especially given its coverage. But yeah, that's the Police. Watch out today for the 5-0. So, on our next wheel, we wanted to secure our Mega pick. I was thinking about holding off for later for this, but I was just like getting kind of worried, and I was kind of already getting too deep into this draft land. So, we drafted an OG. We drafted Zinger, the Mega Beedrill, Gen 1 Mega. Ooh, catch me in the Viridian Forest. Yes, they made Beedrill good. I remember when I first saw this Mega, I was like, yo, this Mega looks so dumb. But like then I saw its stats, I was like, what? They made Beedrill kind of good. But yeah, so this is Mega Beedrill. We drafted Mega Beedrill Zinger. Why did we draft Mega Beedrill? Well, we drafted it because of this stat and this stat, and only because of those two stats, because it's trash everything else. But yeah, so Mega Beedrill, super fast physical attacker with adaptability, and adaptability gives the same stab move. Stab moves are 2 instead of 1.5, so that means Poison Jab and U-Turn are gonna hit like a truck. Like this times 2. Ooh, it's gonna hurt. Look at that. Like, can you imagine getting hit with that? Oh my god, Poison Jab. Yikes. But Mega Beedrill, really interesting mon. It has access to Brick Break, Drill Run, Knockoff, Poison Jab, Pursuit if I'm feeling it. I don't know if I would run Pursuit ever. Well, I shouldn't say that. I might run Pursuit. I don't know why I would ever run. Yo, if 15 special attack, yo. If you ever catch me guys run Sludge, if you ever like see me running Sludge Bomb, I fucked up somewhere. Toxic Spikes, kind of cool. I don't know if I would run Toxic Spikes ever. I might. Toxic Spikes would be helpful for... What would it be helpful for? I guess it'd be helpful if I thought my opponent was going to switch out. But yeah, that would have to be like kind of a ballsy play. And I always say kind of a ballsy play because if this thing gets hit by like any attack, it could be dead. It's dead. It's dead. Especially if it's on the physical side. But yeah, really what we're going to do with this mon is Poison Jab, U-Turn, Knock Off, Drill Run. And that's going to be like pretty much the set all the time. With enough speed to outspeed certain Choice Scarf mons, because 145 speed allows me to outspeed, I think, anything below base 90. If I'm jolly, max speed. Could be wrong with that. Could be wrong about that. I gotta check that. But with this speed, it actually allows me to outspeed a lot of Choice Scarf users, which is really nice. Base 150 attack, probably gonna always run max attack, and then some like whatever speed tier I want to hit, and then probably throw the rest into like something HP or special defense. But yeah, so that's Mega Beedrill. Kind of excited to use it. It seems kind of cool. And you know, fast turn. I love momentum mons, so anytime you can get a hand on them, you gotta do it. So with our next wheel pick, we picked the Soviet Slow King. Shout out to Polish for this. He's the league commissioner of the SSL, so I thought I would name the Slow King after him. Why I picked Slow King? You know, look at this boy. Got his hands back. He out here just being like, yeah, yo, man, I got no hands. Yo, what's behind my hands? Why did I draft Slow King? Well, it was kind of a bulky water. 95, 110, and 80. Really serviceable stats defensively. And it's got access to the godlike ability and Regenerator, which allows it to restore a third of its health every time it switches out. And then it being Slowbro, it has access to some really cool moves. Tri-Attack, did not know that. Trick, cool, that's a cool move. Thunder Wave, Toxic, and basically Will-O-Wisp with Scald. So we got all three types of status going. It has access to dual screens and reflecting light screen. Interesting. Access to Slack Off. It being a Psychic type, like every Psychic type I feel like gets Shadow Ball and Signal Beam. Psychic Psyshock. Power Gem, did not know that, but could be serviceable if I'm playing against a quad rock weak mod, like a flying fire type. But in that case, I'll probably go for Scald. Actually, yeah, I'll probably go for Scald. Ice Beam, Grass Knot, kind of cool. Focus Blast, it gets access to Fire Blast and Flamethrower, super random, because Slow King spits hot fire. EQ, what the fuck? This thing gets EQ? I did not know that. Dragon Tail for phasing, another phaser, kind of nice. I already got a lot of phasers on this team, so. And Blizzard, because why the fuck not? Why go for Ice Beam when we go for Blizzard, right? Does this get Thunderbolt? Why did I think this thing got Thunderbolt? Am I just dreaming that? Maybe it was like in some Pokemon Stadium game where it got Thunderbolt. Regardless, I really like it's a worse Slowbro because Slowbro has 110 defense and 80 special defense, and given its typing, probably wanted to have more defense. But regardless, it's still a really good typing, and it's got nice stats. So that's kind of why I drafted it. I kind of messed up. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I messed up with this pick and two other picks. I should have played it. I should have drafted it a little betterly. I won't get into what I wanted to draft because I might still want to do it depending on how the first 2 weeks go. But yeah, so access recovery Slack Off. So I have 3 walls. I have 4 potential walls with all reliable recovery. Pretty nice. I'm liking how my Arcanine doesn't have to be defensively, and to a degree, neither does Slowking. Especially because it gets some pretty nice moves like Calm Mind, and does it get Nasty Plot? Yep, it gets Nasty Plot. But I can throw a lot of defensive looks at people, which I'm very excited for. But moving along, we wanted on this next wheel, we wanted a premier wall breaker, and we wanted, who else we were gonna go with? We're gonna go with Kyurem regular, and we're gonna name this Kronos. Kronos just sounds so intimidating. Look at this motherfucker. Kyurem is scary as mod. I'm not gonna lie, Kyurem is scary as fuck. But let's get into why I drafted Kyurem. Kyurem is also my Z-Mon. So, and I will go into why it's my Z-Mon in a little bit. But Kyurem, look at that. 125 HP, 130 attack, 130 special attack, 90 defense, 90 special defense, 95 speed. Woo! 90 and above in every single stat. Too bad it's Dragon Ice. It's kind of a trash defensive typing. But this really nice bulk allows it to take super effective hits reasonably well. But Kyurem also has a phenomenal move pool in the Dragon Stab with Draco Meteor, Dragon Claw, Dragon Pulse, Earth Power, Flash Cannon, Hyper Voice, kind of cool, Ice Beam, Outrage, let's see, Rock Slide, cool, that's cool, Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Zen Headbutt, Toxic, Stone Edge. So basically it's kind of like Edgequake, but kind of a poor man's version of Edgequake. Yeah, so that's why I drafted it, and that's kind of why I drafted it for the Ancient Power too. That's kind of cool. That's why I had it as a Z-Mon, because I feel like Z-Mon users should be 90 above speed and have halfway decent bulk, so it doesn't have to rely on Scarf. And that's pretty much what I'm thinking of it. Like, it's got really good speed. It got nice speed, stat, and nice bulk. So I can run like Dragonium Z and run like Draco Meteor, and then run Devastating Drake, Draco Meteor. And then so I don't get, what's called? I don't get the drop off Draco Meteor, and then run Draco Meteor again. I can run Flash Cannon to try to beat a fairy. Or Z Cork, as the Steelium Z is called. I could run that Sub-Zero Slammer. And that's going to hit like a truck, especially a stab Ice Beam, a stab Sub-Zero Slammer coming from a base 130 special attack mon. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot of mons, guys. Also, another possibilities with Kirim is Subtoxic Roost, Stall, Toxic Stall out, and especially with pressure, I can PP stall out certain mons, depending on what they're trying to go for. Yeah, Roost too. That's like kind of nice, having another form of reliable recovery. It's been a recurring theme with this team. A lot of recovery on this team across the board. The only people that don't have recovery really is the Glass Cannon itself, Mega Beedrill, Gash Bell, and Master Mold. I mean, to a degree, Master Mold can get health back with Leech Seed, but that's not like reliable. That's not like real recovery. It could be annoying recovery, but it's not reliable recovery. But yeah, so because I wanted to kind of support Master Mold a little bit, and I wanted to seal up my Steel Fairy Dragon Core, I decided to go with Aromatisse, aka White Girl Rose. I was thinking about going to Adino here, but I was like, I don't want to draft back-to-back monsters blown back by close combat. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll go with Aromatisse right here. I really only drafted Aromatisse for one reason, and it's for Wish support. I wanted to have Wish support for Celesteela, because nothing would be worse than getting Celesteela low and then getting a Wish recovery, getting all its health back with Wish. If I was playing that and if I saw that, I would be so triggered. I would be like, fuck this game. I'm not gonna lie. Not that I really want to piss people off that much, but I mean, hey, if you get triggered off that, sure. If you lose your focus, sure. But I also got it because of Heal Bell. Heal Bell is kind of nice. Heal Bell, Wish, and Screens. It's not really going to do that much offensively. It can Calm Mind, Moonblast, which could be really nice too. And it's a fire type, so it's immune to dragons. Kind of just got it for utility. Nice cheap mon, and can... Oh, I also got it for one other reason, and I wanted a Trick Room Setter. And I wanted a Trick Room Setter because just in case I don't want to run Economize, and I want to run like Min Speed, I want to run like, I want to run like Sassy. Let's just say Sassy for the sake of example. That's 142 speed. That's pretty slow. And if I got a Trick Room up and got Master Mold in, I could potentially speaking, GG your team. I want a Trick Room support. I know Soviet gets Trick Room as well. It might be difficult trying to get it in, but yeah, because it doesn't have like Baton Pass or something like that. But still, Master Mold is the way. Another mod it basically is here to support Master Mold. That's all it is. So with our last two picks, kind of wanted some offense. Had drafted tier 5 and a tier 2. I was looking at both the tiers and I was just like, I don't know who the fuck to draft. And I just saw Ursaring. And I was like, alright, we're going Ursaring. Big baller brand. Yes, shout out to LeVar Ball. But yeah, I drafted this thing because 130 attack, real nice. And then it has the ability Guts and Quick Feet, which Quick Feet can boost speed by 1.5, and Guts can raise its already sky high attack by 1.5. You may be wondering why would I ever run Guts? This thing is paper frail. Well, I drafted this, and I was thinking to myself, like, maybe Earthring could take one hit, and then it can go into a Trick Room and go wild with 130 Guts boosted attack. This mon gets some really nice coverage. If you're running Guts or Quick Feet, you probably run Facade all the time. You can also run Crunch, Gunk Shot for fairies, kind of cool. Fire Punch. Pretty much what this mon is doing is basically, play rough, dragons, why not? If you wanted to, I think he has Ice Punch too, right? Yeah, Ice Punch, but why? But yo, we hitting all the play rough, so why we going for play rough? Can you imagine this thing playing rough like, yo, I'm so stupid. Sea Bomb for bulky waters. Thunder Punch for also waters and flying types. Superpower, Stone Edge. Kind of cool. This mon is paper frail. This thing is a glass cannon as well. But one good thing about it is if we are nice enough to get it in on a trick room and then go crazy with guts, then it could be GG, or at least could be highly in our favor GG. But yeah, that's Ursaring. It's just here to break shit and go wild. But yeah, so our last pick, we picked Dudley, the Breloom. I don't really like this mon. I'm not gonna lie, I just don't. I just wanted a fighting mon, and I wanted some priority, and I wanted a grass mon, so I was like, Breloom it is. I just didn't want to be like, yo, you know what I could have done, and I kind of regret not doing this. I could have gone Verzion, and used the leftover points to Z-mon up some mons. But yo, fuck it, why not? Why not go Dudley? Why not go Verzion? Why not go Breloom, I should say. Why did I draft Breloom? Well, because of the typing. But another upside to it is it has Technician, which allows it to base moves of 60 power less at 1.5 power, 1.5 extra power. So we could run something like Mach Punch, and it will get boosted by Technician, coming from 130 mod. It's gonna hurt. It has also access to the almighty powerful Spore. So if I catch someone on a bad matchup, I can lay up a Spore on them and put the ass to sleep. Access to, what does it get also good? Sword? Does this thing get Sword Stance? Yep, this thing gets Sword Stance. So if in theory we wanted to like run Focus Sash, Sword Stance, Mach Punch, it could work. It could work, guys. It could work as a late game sweeper. It could work as a late game wall breaker as well. It gets Bullet Seed too, yeah, it gets Bullet Seed. Where is it? Where's Bullet Seed? Yeah, so Bullet Seed's gonna get boosted by Technician, and if we hit 5 times, which we always are gonna do, it could hurt like a truck. It could hit like a truck. Yeah, so that's kind of why I drafted it. Bullet Seed, SD, Spore, Mach Punch. That's pretty much why. Guys. So yeah, that's the squad. SSL Season 5. Really like this team. Hopefully we make playoffs. That's all I kind of really want to make playoffs. I mean, obviously I want to win this bitch, but if we don't, it is what it is. If you made it this far, who is your favorite mon and why? What is your favorite nickname? Let me know if you get all the references. If you do, you're a god. But yeah, so my name is Moody, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.